Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your frickin' ears, because Mamma Mia, tomorrow, when you log into Watcher of Realms, you will be greeted with perhaps, and I am not exaggerating, the single most potent resource possible in the entire game, a hero reset book. And that thing is going to be a 100% passive, free login reward. Sunday is going to be a hell of a day.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
So, Fastidious, what the hell are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about? Let's censor ourselves. What's going on? What's so powerful about a hero reset book? Just resets a hero, right? Well, the vast majority of us have been playing for some amount of days, some significant amount of time. I'm coming up on 500, but many of you might be more, or at least 400, or 300, or 200, 100. Heck, even like 40 days is enough to have made a pretty monumental mistake. What do those mistakes look like? Well, perhaps you went and you mistakenly put a soul stone into Artemis. I didn't do that, but a very handsome man from North Carolina did. Looking at you, Mortar Mike. If you could just reset that and get all the stuff back, in Mike's case, a legendary soul stone, which back then was not so unacceptable to put on a normal non-lord hero. But nowadays, with the introduction of the unpolished soul stone, it is so shockingly clear that polished soul stones, the OG legendary soul stones, are clearly meant for lords. And these unpolished soul stones, like the free one we will get from the Frostfall shop that's part of this Jamboree festive event, those are meant for normal heroes. So let's say you misuse those. You can now get them back. Let's say you misused a bunch. Let's say you anticipated this and you are prepared and you've been stashing soul stones on a nice little twin fiend over here like me. You can reset and you can get all that back. And you get everything back. So I'm not going to use it here, but here's another example, right? Legendary skill crystals are hard to come by, especially as you're progressing and you're trying to really clear big walls, break through them, hit milestones, break barriers, all that good stuff. Calypso is a hero I max skilled back in the day. She's extremely niche in today's game. She was helpful, with certain piercer things, and mostly just for sticks. She was so OP there. But nowadays, anyone that's been playing as long as I have can beat sticks in 10,000 different ways. I don't even use her there anymore. So there's another candidate. You can see if you choose to refund, look at that, 10 legendary skill crystals back. So even though this is only just a reset book currency kind of thing, you can kind of think of it as a super material that can give you 10 legendary skill crystals and some legendary soul stones or unpolished soul stones and this, that, and the other, because otherwise you would never have access to those rewards. It may have caught your eye that I actually already have one. You can see it over here. And this is something I've been hoarding for my entire life, basically, in Watcher of Realms. Back when many of you likely were not even playing, we had a character called Boreas. Yes, he's still in the game. Yes, he is tremendous. But holy crap, before they reworked him, he was completely broken. He was on the level of like a Praetus OP kind of hero. He had completely dominated all of PvE. Back then, we didn't have content where enemies were freeze and crowd control effect immune. A lot of that was introduced to slow down Boreas. And on top of that, in PvP, his range used to be an extra tile wider. When he would do his frozen purification, it's 3.5 tiles in every direction, huge radius. It used to be 4.5. He dominated the whole game. So many people were begging for a nerf. So many people were saying they were going to quit if they nerfed him. There were some people in the middle like me who tried to have a nuanced view. And let me tell you, both sides did not appreciate that because there's no nuance in gacha games. Everything is black and white. If you didn't know that, what's going on with you? But anyway, they did rework him. They nerfed him. However, we campaigned, led by yours truly, aggressively for some kind of reset currency. I said they needed some kind of reset scroll. What they gave us was a reset book. This was their way of paying it back. A lot of people instantaneously use this right away. I, however, and many others have prudently, in my opinion, sat on it knowing it is an insanely potent resource and we never knew when we would get another one. It is so strong. I mean, just you can think of so many examples on my account. Any hero I don't like, reset, and then all of a sudden, this reset book actually equals tons and tons and tons of skill crystals, tons of XP, tons of promotion materials. And if you choose a hero you've used soulstones on, it also means legendary soulstones. So theoretically, right, let's use the thought exercise because this is something I'm going to do eventually. I'm not in any rush to do it until I need these soulstones to use somewhere. Because if you don't know, I'm the hoarder of all soulstone hoarders. Even with the 2 I put into Twin Fiend, I still have another 4. And quite frankly, I'll probably make a YouTube short about this. I am going to make him A5 now because now I am 100% sure with this new resource that I will be using one of my now 2 reset books on him, and then I'll get 3 soulstones back. So there's no reason not to just stash it on him in the meantime, right? A little upgrade for my account. But you will see when the day comes and I click this little reset button here and I go to reset my Twin Fiend, I'm not just going to get the 2 extra copies of him that I've pulled that brought him to A2, but I'll get 2 legendary soulstones back. And let's be very clear. You can see it very clearly here. If you have an A5 Cratch, and that's because you've pulled 6 Cratch and you put 5 into him to make him awaken level 5, when you reset him, you are not returned legendary hero soulstones. You're only returned what you put in. So my Twin Fiend is a great illustration. I've put in 2 legendary hero soulstones, and then I've also pulled 2 dupe copies that I've put in. So you get exactly that back. On top of that, a ton of gold, all the promotion materials, 1,080 legendary skill dust, a full 10 legendary skill crystals, so on and so on and so on. It truly is a full refund. Sorry if it seems like I'm really beating a dead horse here, like I'm being pedantic, but I want to tell you this one little book, if you use it on a hero you don't use anymore, which is what Twin Fiend eventually will be for me. I don't really care about him too much anymore. It's just you get everything back. It's like, in my case, it will manifest in the following way. There was the period before I used the reset book when I didn't have access to 2 legendary hero soulstones and 10 legendary skill crystals. And then there's the period after I use it when I get all of that freaking stuff. So this silly little book that we are going to get on Sunday in less than 2 days' time, 100% for free as a passive login reward for many people, will be so supremely potent. It also, for people like me that have been sitting on the other one because we're dirty hoarders, it gives us a big exhale and a relief, and kind of, I feel like it gives permission that you can go use one, because this confirms this is not a resource that comes once in a blue moon when they have to nerf a character. It's something they actually see as a reward they can gift us, and it's something we can expect after certain intervals of time, and something we can be confident in using. I think it's crazy. I think this is awesome. I think everyone should be talking about it. I think it's completely powerful. This video is going a little long, so let's wrap up by me breaking down when I think you should use it. Number 1 use case by a mile. You've used legendary hero soulstones on heroes you regret using them on, or you now have better candidates to use them for. So let's say you put a couple into Twin Fiend, but now you have Soul Cadence. Soul Cadence is better than Twin Fiend in this game in every single aspect. So obviously you want that Soulstone back, and you want to put into Soul Cadence. At the very least, you want to just roll with your Soul Cadence and maybe get that Soulstone back and put it into someone else, like an Ingrid or a Praetus. That is case number 1. Next one would be maybe you mistakenly use your unpolished Soulstones too quickly. You put it into, like, I don't know, your Silas, but now you're like, dang, I should have put that into Kagiri or Ajax or Ymerit, or maybe you're getting excited for Sung Wukong. You want to see how strong he is. Maybe you want to keep your options open and get that Soulstone back. That is a great case. And then finally, maybe there's a hero like my Calypso, and you're willing to use it and say, hey, I haven't misused any Soulstones, but wow, I fully skilled up a hero that I literally never use. 10 legendary skill crystals would be incredible right about now. Those are the 3 ways I could see you using it. What I do encourage you to do, there's no rush to use it until you feel like you have the perfect situation to use it. So if that situation for you is Calypso or is Twin Fiend in the examples I've used, then absolutely do it. But as I already articulated, for me, even though I'll have the 2 books, I'm not going to go rush and reset Twin Fiend until I have a reason, until I have a need to get those resources by resetting him, because I have a new candidate who is a more desirable target for those coveted materials, right? So for now, it stays on Twin Fiend. But of course, if I pull Ingrid or Praetus or Valderon or Yovar or something, reset this bad boy and go use it. So I will continue waiting, but I am ready to strike. And I hope a lot of you guys are pretty darn excited about this as well. I've actually been thinking about making this video since I discovered this in a Facebook post Mark Huffman shared with me. Shout out to Mark, like 8 days ago. But I wanted to wait until it was actually coming. It is coming. When you see this video, you'll be less than 1 day away from getting this insanely OP resource. Congratulations. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you as amped up as I am? Like the video, share it with your mother. I've been Fastidious. I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.